Hi everyone, and welcome to the first official week of Graphic Design 2. I'm going to go ahead and take you through the announcement this week and all the assignments and kind of what to expect. This week we're diving into an overview of graphic design as a profession and will illuminate the many career paths graphic designers may explore during the course of their creative careers. The modules this week will introduce the use of design grids to organize complex and varied imagery and text elements. It's a really good week to kind of get your feet wet again back into the design fundamentals and starting back with some grid systems. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into, I'm going to go ahead and go through the modules. So this week is all about the design profession and of graphic design specifically, and all the kind of little sub-professions that you might encounter. So you have, of course, your first off, you have your readings, and then you have another optional. I consider anything from LinkedIn optional for this course, but you have a little course that you can check out through LinkedIn using your Liberty login. And then the two main things that we're going to go over in this video are the assignment and just the quiz. The quiz is kind of standard. Of course, take it by the end of the week, next Monday. But let's go ahead and talk about the actual career profile assignment. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be researching any of the graphic design occupations on the list. I'm also open to, if there's another specialty in graphic design that you know about or want to write about, feel free to just email me and get the approval that way. You can also do that as well. So you're going to be researching one of the graphic design occupations and compile the data you find into a creative and professionally designed one-page career profile document. You're going to be including images and text to fully describe the chosen design profession. Take a look at job postings, check out articles, look at social media articles, even Instagram feeds to get the information that you're looking for. The profile document must be free of grammatical errors and will showcase your layout skills utilizing both image and text. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get all your research together, and then before you present your document, you're going to want to make sure that you're also making it, quote, pretty. You're going to want to design your document. You're not going to want it to look like my spec sheet, which is just a black and white document. Okay, so again, the basic list is here. If there's something else that you are interested in, please feel free to email me to get clarification on it. So the specifications you're going to want to go for. Just make it a standard 8.5 by 11 document. Since your images and using images and text on a page, InDesign would be the best thing to do for this. If you want to use Adobe Illustrator, that's also fine as well, but just try not to use Photoshop for this because it would just be, the hardest to manage all your text in. So I'm open to those two as far as where you're designing. Include imagery. You can do vector illustrations or photos. That clarifies the occupation that you research. They could be anything from little infographics to, high resolution stock images that you find. So as far as your imagery, you don't need to buy stock photos. You can use sites like Pexels, or even if you're not using Pexels, if you really want to use the Google function, you can. Just make sure that your images are high resolution enough that when you are working with it in your document that you're not going to have any stretching, distorting, or pixelization issues. All right. Your text should be legible and organized, so consider using columns. Depending on how long your document is, you can always make it multiple pages if it needs to be. I'm never going to fault you for having more information. Okay. So the text that you need to have would be, you're going to want to have a title. So the title of what occupation you're specifically going for. If you want to make a little logo type for it or something, go nuts. It's kind of a light week on design, so if you're itching to get back in there and start making stuff, this would be a fun little project to kind of get into. The name of the occupation. The general job description should be 150 words minimum. So kind of explain to me, like, I don't know exactly what, a photographer would do. What are some of the necessary artistic or technical skills needed to perform the job? What personal skills might be needed for the job? What kind of educational background might you need for this, and then of course any references that you're using. So if you find any online articles, which I'm guessing most of you will use, just put it at the end of the document in MLA format. It can be small, but you want to make sure that it's readable. So I'm open to, if you want to have a sources sheet being on an additional page versus having to deal with it in your nice little design page. So if you want to just have a sources page as well, that's also fine. And then I would like you to export it as a PDF. So whatever software you're using, you can just give me a high resolution PDF. All right. I always like to go over the rubric. So let's go ahead and jump back to the module real quick and go over the actual assignment module. I just think it's really easy to miss some of the stuff, so I'll always go over every week what you want to kind of go for. So again, this shouldn't be a text document in the sense that it just looks like black and white, no color, no imagery. You want to make sure you're shooting for a well-balanced design document. You know, you want to shoot for your layout and compositions to be well-balanced. Of course, your content, you're going to want to make sure you have enough verbiage there and make sure that it's clearly presented and easy to read. And the final execution, you're going to want to make sure your document is executed well and in professional quality. So you're going to want to make sure that your images are also high quality as well. And that in total is going to get you your 50 points. Okay? And just to wrap, my verse for the week is Philippians 4:13. I am able to do all things through him who strengthens me. Have a great week, and feel free to email me with any questions.